Chicago, Illinois. A view there of its iconic storm. Michael Jordan in bronze. Chicago, Illinois, home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. We've got some terrific NBA action. In store for you today, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. You look at Atlanta, things have really gone south on them. Over the course of the last 7 games, they've gone 1-6.
Kevin, in recent games, their luck has been all bad and tough. And that could very well continue against the team they're facing here in this ball game. It's not going to be easy to end the streak.
You don't want to have to face these guys on any given night, Clark. Never mind when you're in the middle of the losing streak. So this is tough timing, but it's an opportunity for them to come out and play well and end this streak.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. They've got Peyton. Here's out there at Pau Gasol. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Korver in at 2 guard. Now here's Rose, averaging 13 points a contest. Gordon with no one around. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Gordon's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You know, the issue really with Atlanta this year and moving forward isn't that they're a bad team. They've just been kind of stuck in the middle road of mediocrity. They're competitive, play hard. They're hoping to find a way to get to the next level now.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Outside Rose. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
3 straight makes to start this game. Looking good.
On defense, Chicago. 4-point game. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And to do it on the road, too. I mean, the way they just kept coming at them and coming at them, they kept that crowd out of the game the entire time. That's good work.
The Atlanta's getting their first free throws of the game. He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Gibson with the screen on Peyton. Rose attacking.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Look at that.
How about that?
Look at that. Now here's Peyton. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. No luck. Good D by Lopez.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
So here's Gallinari, right now averaging 7 points a game. Here's Gibson, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Captain. So far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Now here's Pierce, averaging 6 points per contest. Korver dishes to Gasol. Good.
They're really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
It's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark. Pau Gasol over the last few seasons dealing with a number of lower body injuries. Knee tendonitis, fasciitis, groin, toe. Hey, Kobe had suggested to him to try to really slim down to lessen the pressure on his joints.
And Paul Pierce with the slam.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
You know, it's one thing to create a turnover, but to so inertly turn it into a transition opportunity. That's even better.
Oh, here's Gordon. 11 points for him in that last game against Baltimore. And the shot is good. And Powell never really hurt. But for 7-footers, getting as wide as possible can reduce the power.
Yeah, it does. They say every 5 pounds takes some significant wear and tear off the joint. We've certainly seen that be effective for Tim Duncan. He's leaned up considerably. Powell able to play both power forward and center. I think the lighter weight will serve him well.
The Bulls leading by 6. Chance now to go over to Doris Berg, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer.
He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep
Doris. Pierce kicks to Cousins. Off the left rim and out.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And it's Rose penetrating. Banked in off the glass. Rose has got 10 points.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Payton with the ball. Working on Rose. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Payton. 23 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And here's Rose. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Celtics in Boston. Outside Gordon. Pass to Gibson.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, right? They have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Coming up next Monday night, January 19th,
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bulls?
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Got Gallinari. Carter is out there with Heinrich. That's Thabo Sefolosha. And it's McRoberts in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
Great look. Disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
Heinrich outside. Another 3 for Chicago.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
The Hawks trailed by 11.
Kirk Heinrich in his 12th season out of Kansas. Remember covering this guy in college. Still a quality defensive combo guard. At 6'4", tremendous IQ and anticipation. Really helps him at the defensive end. And he's, I think, a little underrated offensively, too.
Here's Gallinari. Again, Chicago.
You know, the turnaround jumper, guys, is one of those shots that always just look so good. I mean, it's got that nice, smooth, singular motion. Sweet.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, I thought their defense in that game was about as shaky as it could be. At home, you know, that kind of defense isn't going to cut it. Never mind if you're on the road.
They really look tired to me, and I don't know if they had travel issues or if they were out too late, but something was amiss because they had no energy.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He said their plan was to run their offense through policy. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Williams kicks to Collison. Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
That was a game in hostile territory, too, guys. And it seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
And, you know, their shots were falling. From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up. Vince Carter in his day, one of the most electrifying players in the NBA, a superstar in Toronto, one of the all-time great highlight reel dunkers. Those days are behind him, but he remains a very valuable and at this point, maybe even underrated NBA player.
And for Vince Carter, a quality defender and still a well-rounded contributor. He always had a nice breadth of skills. And now he does the little things that help you win.
And for some superstars, they have a tough time accepting Clark a lesser role. Not Vince Carter.
You know, it's really impressive the way he's gracefully aged into becoming a quality sixth man, Kevin. I think it's a model for other aging superstars or former superstars to follow.
Here's Sefolosha. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the
Nicholson, the pass to Williams. Cousins dishes to Jefferson. Puts one up from 19. Out that one, the Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Cousins. And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Here's the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been fantastic from three-point land in the last 10. Number 1, the Bulls.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing that has led to wide-open long-range shots. That's why we see the great numbers from the three-point line.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Heinrich kicks to McRoberts. Off on the layup.
That's an example there, guys, of contesting the shot and corralling the board. That's really all you can ask of a guy at that end of the floor.
The drive by Collison. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Kevin, let's look at where the Hawks stand in the NBA rankings right now. 5th for free throw shooting. 6th in fewest turnovers per game. And they're in the top half of the league in blocks. That's pretty good. Not too bad.
Yeah, you look at the free throw shooting, Clark. It's very impressive. They've been in the top 5, as you talked about, and it's a result of a lot of effort, a lot of concentration. And when you shoot them that well, then you gain confidence and you really start attacking the rim. You want to go to the free throw line to shoot.
Puts up the baby hook. Cephalosha passes to Heinrich. Gallinari with a screen for Carter. Out to Gallinari. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Here's Cephalosha. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Cephalosha's got the lead up to 14 now for Chicago. Atlanta calls timeout. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Lopez, he's checked in for Josh McRoberts. Gibson comes in for Gallinari. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And it's Rose in for Kirk Heinrich. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Pau Gasol is checked in for Cousins. Pierce comes in for Nicholson. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Richard Jefferson. And it's Lamb in there for Lou Williams. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, thank you, Kevin. As you know, Derrick Rose might be a superstar, but he doesn't lean towards the limelight. He said, I was always the kid who didn't say too much, and people didn't think I knew that much. But I followed everything that was going on in the room and always knew my surroundings. Paying attention to detail, that's part of being a point guard. Guys?
Certainly a cerebral approach to the game. Much appreciated, Doris. Thank you. Collison kicks to Corbin. 6 on the shot clock. Pierce can't connect from short range.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
And it's Gordon missing.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup.
Collison kicks to Corbin. Over to the wing. Here's the pass to Collison. Dishes it to Lamb. Here's the 3. That's good. Lamb's got his first 3 points of the game. 9 seconds left now here in the second. Now here's Rose. It's a 2 from Cephalosha. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. Going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
That shot absolutely had to be reviewed. It's going to have a major impact on this game. To the naked eye, that was a very tough decision.
Man, you'd love for the replay to be definitive, but wow, even in slow motion, it's hard to tell if that one should count.
And they're going to count it. They're overturning the original call after looking at the replay.
Good to see them get that one right. That's exactly why we have this rule in place. And I like it. Each basket is so important in these games that you just got to make sure you get it right at the end of the quarter.
And so we conclude the first half. Bulls lead by 13. From the United States. everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
Clay created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And I'll tell you what, he was smart with his shot making too. Really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
And so in the game for the Hawks, they've got Kyle Korver, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Pau Gasol. Then there's Peyton, and it's Pierce in at the three, the small forward.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Yep, ball movement, player movement, generating a lot of easy opportunities for themselves down there.
Myers from 14, can't hit. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
He is to avoid mistakes and make each possession count.
Yeah, and I think the tendency could be to really rush or push the game a little bit. I think they need to avoid that.
Three-point shooting perhaps never more valued, Clark, than it is right now in the NBA. Kyle Korver, such a great signing for the Hawks.
Yeah, really a good one. I mean, his contract is front-loaded running through 2017 for around the mid-level exception. And quite honestly, he's worth every penny, not just because of his laser shooting ability. He's a hard-nosed, tough guy, professional in every way, and he just brings a winning presence to whatever team he's on.
Says he learned a lot of his basketball acumen from his mom, who was a terrific player.
No question.
The Hawks trailed by 11. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Atlanta Hawks, a team that looks to spread the floor with shooting. Coach Mike Budenholzer said, we don't want to just be a three-point shooting team. We want to get to the rim first. By creating that space, we give our guards and our bigs a chance to attack. If the paint is taken away, we'll look for our shooters. Good strategy, Kevin.
Coach Bud coming from San Antonio, Doris. The Hawks trying to create that same kind of spacing. Gordon, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Boy, Lopez hunkered down and anchored in on that pick.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over for the Hawks. Nicholson comes in for Pau Gasol. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Kyle Korver. And the Eastern Conference has been fun to watch. A lot of focus as always this year. And as we hit the mid-season surge, let's check out the standings and how they're shaping up. Take a look at the Bulls. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that number one spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And checking out Atlanta, just need to take it a game at a time.
You know, looking at Chicago, they've continued their outstanding play. They're definitely one of those teams that everybody has in their sights again this year.
Well, you know, this is a team that doesn't have any glaring weaknesses. I mean, they're strong across the board on that roster. And I think as long as they stay solid and they stay healthy, it wouldn't surprise me if they made a strong push into the playoffs.
And the foul on Paul Pierce. Some changes for Chicago. Josh McRoberts comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Heinrich in for Eric Gordon. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Jefferson's checked in. Dish out to Heinrich. Pocket 6. Gibson setting the pick for Heinrich. Gallinari in the corner. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. Heinrich's got 3 assists tonight.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks. They've made 3 out of 4 of them.
No good from Cousins.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Don't get those balls.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
Here's Williams. It's all in by the Bulls. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Williams against Heinrich. Shot from the wing. It's rebounded by Peyton.
I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Jefferson attacking. Atlanta again missing. The Bulls leading by 11. 1:31 left in the third. Now here is Gallinari. Guarded closely. Over in the corner, Rose. That doesn't go either for Rose. The Hawks trailed by 11. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. Chicago making some changes. Thabo Cephalosha has checked in for Gallinari. And it's Carter in for Rose. Then for the Hawks, Lamb is checked in for Cousins. And it's Collison in for Payton. Lamb dishes to Williams. Here's Nicholson. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Chicago's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Heinrich kicks to Carter. Gibson with the screen on Williams, and it's Carter penetrating, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Carter's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
The pass to Williams. Out to the wing. Here's Lamb. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Chicago leading by 13. Heinrich from outside. That's good. Heinrich's got 6. Hog shooting is leaving some to be desired. Just 36% here in the third quarter. And Williams, here we go. And he gets it to go.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
Cephalosha with it. 8 points for him.